Hello everyone, welcome back to my Pokémon Laboratory. Today's fusion experiment is extra special. This idea came from follower Amanda Hook 2699, who suggested combining Charmander and Flareon. I was immediately curious. Both are fire-type Pokémon, yet they possess completely different strengths. What kind of Pokémon would they become if fused together? Let's begin today's adventure! I quickly packed my research equipment and grabbed several Pokeballs. Our first destination was an active volcano, where wild Flareon were known to live.
As soon as we arrived, the volcanic heat surrounded us. Rivers of lava flowed between dark rocks.
After searching for quite some time, I finally spotted a proud Flareon standing on a massive boulder, watching over its territory. I sent out Geodude to battle.
The fight was intense. Geodude launched massive rocks, but Flareon was simply too fast.
Its powerful flames quickly overwhelmed Geodude, who was eventually defeated. Just as I reached for my Pokeball, dozens of tiny Eevees suddenly emerged from behind the rocks and gathered behind Flareon.
That's when I realized. Flareon wasn't just another wild Pokémon. It was protecting its family. I decided not to capture it.
As I left the volcano, I had no idea that a small Eevee was quietly following me.
It looked weak and sick. It seemed to have left its family because it didn't want to become a burden.
I knelt down and gently offered a Pokeball. Without hesitation, the little Eevee walked closer and touched it with its nose. A red light flashed, and Eevee officially became my new partner. After finding my new partner, I headed to another volcano that was known as the home of Charmander and its evolutions.
But when I arrived, everything looked completely different.
Broken rocks, burned trees, and explosion marks were everywhere. It looked like a massive battle had just taken place. Using my binoculars, I spotted a Team Rocket airship flying away from the volcano. They had probably done something terrible here.
Even though I was suspicious, I continued my search, because my main goal was to find Charmander.
The farther I searched, the stranger it became. There wasn't a single Charmander in sight. Instead, I found several injured Charizards.
When I tried to help them, they chased me away. It seemed they no longer trusted humans. Just as I was about to leave, the volcanic sand suddenly moved. A mysterious Pokémon egg slowly emerged from beneath the ground. I believed the Charizard had hidden it to protect it from danger. Since no parent was around, I carefully brought the egg back to my laboratory.
Back at the laboratory, I placed the little Eevee inside my volcanic habitat so it could recover.
The mysterious egg was carefully stored inside a high-tech incubator with the perfect temperature. Now all I had to do was patiently wait.
Several weeks later, Eevee had fully recovered. Suddenly, its body began glowing with evolution energy. Moments later, the little Eevee evolved into a healthy, powerful, and confident Flareon.
Not long afterward, the egg finally began to crack. A tiny Charmander slowly emerged and looked around the world the very first time. At that moment, I knew all my efforts had been worth it. As the days passed, Charmander grew surprisingly fast and spent every day playing with Flareon.
Since they had grown up together, they became best friends who completely trusted each other.
I prepared a special high-energy fire-type diet for them. Both Flareon and Charmander loved every meal. Day by day, they became healthier and stronger far faster than I had expected.
After some time, I knew they were finally ready. Since they had grown up together, neither of them showed any fear as they entered the fusion machine.
At last, the experiment I had been waiting for was about to begin. The fusion machine powered up as blazing fire energy filled the chamber.
Suddenly, Charmander evolved into Charmeleon in the middle of the fusion process. The evolution energy merged with the machine, causing the entire laboratory to shake.
A brilliant flash filled the laboratory. As the smoke cleared, a brand new fusion Pokémon appeared, combining the traits of Charmander and Flareon. I proudly named it Flarchars.
As a welcome gift, I prepared a special fire-type energy meal.
Flarchars eagerly finished every bite. After eating, its fiery aura became stronger and much more stable.
To test its power, I activated my Swampert simulation robot.
Even though it was a water-type opponent, Flarchars defeated it with incredible ease, destroying the robot using a single devastating fire attack.
Next, I released my Alolan Sandslash robot, an ice and steel type opponent.
This battle was much tougher.
With both fighters exchanging powerful attacks without gaining a clear advantage.
During the battle, Flarchars suddenly began losing power. I realized its fusion body wasn't fully stable yet.
As I rushed to stop the fight, I accidentally spilled water onto the control panel.
The robot malfunctioned and attacked at full power, sending Flarchars crashing into the arena wall with severe injuries. Just when all hope seemed lost,
Flarchars' body began shining brilliantly. The fusion energy finally stabilized, triggering its ultimate evolution. A far more powerful form emerged from the light. I named it Flareon. The out-of-control robot attacked once again. This time, Flareon gathered an enormous amount of heat before releasing a massive blast of fire.
the temperature was so intense that the Alolan Sandslash robot melted into liquid metal within seconds.
Unexpectedly, Flareon flew straight out of the laboratory.
I quickly chased after it using my flying vehicle, worried that it might leave forever or accidentally harm other Pokémon.
It turned out that Flareon had flown toward a Team Rocket airship. It was carrying many kidnapped Eevees and Charmanders.
Using its overwhelming firepower, destroyed the airship.
We are under attack! The ship is going down! What is all this? Ah!
We are blasting off again!
Ah! We hate this!
Flareon defeated Team Rocket's Pokémon and rescued every captured Pokémon. As I watched the rescued Eevee and Charmander gather safely behind Flareon,
I finally understood that this fusion wasn't created just to become stronger. It was born to protect others. So, what do you think about today's fusion experiment?
If you have another favorite Pokémon you'd like to see enter my laboratory for the next fusion, let me know in the comments. Your idea might become my next experiment. Our adventure doesn't end here. Do you have any Pokémon ideas you want us to cover? Thoughts on today's video? Drop them right down in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video.